think that the short story could never replace the novel. I think it has a totally different function, much closer to the function of a poem. I think that usually super short stories, they are there to describe something very specific, a certain emotion or a certain situation, a certain moment in our lives. They're a little bit like those snapshots that we put in our photo albums, and when we look at them, we can remember something or we can be in a dialogue with something. I think that we'll always have this need. It's very, very basic. I always say that that when people meet, they tell each other stories. They don't tell each other novels, because there is something about telling a story that it's totally intuitive. I think that the pandemic had taught us that it's not enough to take care only of your own health. If your underpaid neighbor can't afford getting checked up, then in the end you're going to get his or her virus. So for me, it's really a lesson in collective responsibility. And also, I think that what I love about writing fiction is that you create something new which you didn't even know existed before. So when I sit down to write a story and in the end I see a story, I say, whoa, where did this story came from, And when you write a nonfiction story, the story existed before. So in a sense, it's a little bit less adventurous. If you would want something, you'll have a way of getting it. But the question is, what do you want? And and if I look at, Jeff Bezos from Amazon, or if I look at Mark Zuckerberg, and they have hundreds of billions of dollars, I don't think that they know what they want any better than I do. If they do want something, they don't seem to live a life fulfilling that thing. They just live a life making more money, so if they ever want more things, they could ask for more things. But I think that the story is basically about the fact that we want things very strongly, but we really don't know what we want. It's like there was a time where I would write lyrics for songs. So many times now when I write a story, I suddenly say, oh, maybe I write this story in meter, so it will kind of have a groove or it will rhyme. And the fact that you add more and more tools to your toolbox just makes your ability to express yourself richer. And I think that if I want to wish us one thing, is not as if we will treat this pandemic as some kind of a flu that that we need to survive and get rid and suppress and forget, but we will see this pandemic as some kind of a chance to experience a different kind of life, or to have a different vantage point to look at our own life. And I wish us all that we will gain something from it, we will learn something from it. I think that when you move between the world that we had before to the world of the pandemic, it's a little bit like when you move between apartments. And when you move between apartments, it's always a chance to discover old treasure and to get rid of all kinds of crap that we really don't need. So I hope that the Bulgarian people and the rest of humanity will come out of this pandemic not only strong, but also a little bit wiser than we were before.